Donald Trump and Theresa May, pictured on January 27, 2017 inside the White House. U.S. President Donald Trump said he would not travel to the UK to open the new American embassy next month, blaming the bad deal to relocate it. Theresa May was the first world leader to visit Mr. Trump in the White House, and the U.S. president accepted at the time an invitation for a state visit. But that idea was fairly swiftly pushed into the long grass, given the scale of expected protests and opposition within the UK. A petition against a state visit gained more than 1 million signatures last year. Mr. Trump was then reported to be considering a working visit, with some publications reporting that a date had been set for the end of February. The visit was due to coincide with the opening of the new U.S. Embassy at 9 Elms on the banks of the Thames in South London. Writing on Twitter, Mr. Trump said he thought the embassy's move from Grosvenor Square was a bad deal. Reason I cancelled my trip to London is that I am not a big fan of the Obama administration having sold perhaps the best located and finest embassy in London for peanuts, only to build a new one in an off location for $1.2 billion. Bad deal. Wanted me to cut ribbon? No. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, January 12, 2018. The United States announced plans to move from its current embassy building in Mayfair in 2008, and the new building will open on January 16. On the embassy webpage about the project, it said, the project has been funded entirely by the proceeds of the sale of other U.S. government properties in London, not through appropriated funds. Mr. Trump had also been scheduled to hold talks with Mrs. May in Number 10, with February 26 and 27 marked in the diary. Downing Street had hoped to confirm the dates this week. The new U.S. Embassy in 9 Elms in Wandsworth. Credit Getty. The president was not due to meet the Queen until a full state visit at a later date. But now Mr. Trump has decided to postpone even the scaled-down February visit. The U.S. Embassy in London's Grosvenor Square. Credit Heathcliff O'Malley. Rex Tillerson, the Secretary of State, will represent the U.S. at the embassy opening. Sources claimed that the lack of bells and whistles and royal involvement in next month's planned visit may have discouraged him. Ed Miliband suggested on Twitter the planned protests also dissuaded the president from coming. Mrs. May and Mr. Trump fell out spectacularly in November over his retweeting of anti-Muslim videos posted online by the deputy leader of the far-right Britain First group, Jada Franson. At the time, the PM said Mr. Trump was wrong to retweet the videos, and the U.S. president hit back at Mrs. May on Twitter by telling her to focus on destructive radical Islamic terrorism in the UK, rather than on him.